3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph podcast.
We are back for another day in our podcast journey. Hello, Steph.
Hey, happy Thursday?
Yep, it doesn't matter. Happy day of the week, everyone. Happy day of the week.
Right.
Today's show brought to you by Freisinger Hyundai. Right on the price, right on the pike. Go see Freisinger Hyundai if you need a ride. Yes, it is Thursday. We do have a new advice column, and this one is a little juicy. It's a little juicy one.
Oh?
Yes.
Another juicy one. Yay.
Yes, but we have some things to talk about before then. Last night, Steph hits me up and says, hey, you will not believe who might be on this season of Dancing with the Stars. And then you send me a link to a news article where they say that the one, the only, that damn Carol Baskin is going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Carol Baskin, everybody. Yay. Just who you want to see on Dancing with the Stars.
That is going to, like, there's almost no doubt in anyone's minds that she killed her husband. Like, is this what we're doing now? We're just letting murderers on TV to have their own show? And on next season of Dancing with the Stars, O.J. Simpson. Oh,
I knew you were going to say that.
Like, who are we going to let on this thing? Like, we're letting people out of prison to put them on Dancing with the Stars?
It's like glorifying them. But of course, it is creating a lot of buzz, which I guess is what they want.
Yeah, I mean, that is the point. That is what they want. They want people talking about Dancing with the Stars, and guess what? We're talking about Dancing with the Stars.
We're doing it. And you know what? You're going to be disappointed in me, but I still haven't watched Tiger King, and the time has kind of passed because it was a really big deal at the beginning of quarantine, but I think everybody watched it, and now it's kind of just like something that happened.
I mean, you can watch it. You can watch it now. You just can't talk to anyone about it. You can't be like,
right,
hey
everybody's
guys,
over it.
Did you see Tiger King? And they're like, yeah, like months ago. What are you doing with your life?
Right, I'm late to the party. I'm always late to the party.
Like, you can watch it. You just got to kind of keep it to yourself.
Right. There's nobody to talk to about it because everybody's like moved on, I think.
I mean, I'll talk to you about it, but I'll be like, yeah, Steph, this is so old. Like, this is so... Like, I actually avoided watching it for a couple of weeks after it got big. But the wife and I eventually got sucked in. We're like, let's just see what this is about. And like episode 1, we go, oh, we get it. We get it.
Yeah, I don't know why. There's so many other things that I was working on watching at the time. I just didn't really have time in my schedule for it. And now the time has passed.
Maybe not. But you can watch it just so you know what's going to go on, or like what this woman's all about for Dancing with the Stars. She is, I don't want to say she's as bad as Joe Exotic, but she's not that much better in terms of the way she treats her animals. And while Joe Exotic, it looks like he probably killed some tigers, this lady killed her husband. Possibly, probably. I don't know if she'll go after me.
See, well, that's another thing. I wasn't like hugely motivated to watch it because multiple people were like, yeah, he doesn't really treat his animals well. And I was like, I don't really want to watch that. It's just going to upset me.
I mean, they didn't show him like beating animals per se. Just you kind of did feel sorry for them because it didn't seem like it was the best place for them to be. Right. He was feeding them old meat from Walmart at one point.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd have to watch it to understand, but you never will. So, all right, let's move on. With countless singers canceling their tours due to the COVID, one Tennessee RV firm. Now, this is like an RV firm that rents out tour buses, not, Winnebagos that you go for the weekend with your mom and pa. No, these are like giant tour buses that you see like the Hollywood and famous singers use for their tours. But this RV firm has come up with a way to make money. They're renting celebrities' tour buses to the public. So this is kind of interesting. This guy who owns this company He's been servicing Rockstar's travel needs for 40 years. Unfortunately, business has suffered badly beginning in mid-March due to everything going on. And stars like Post Malone and Cher are returning home after renting nearly a dozen vehicles each. So this guy is losing a ton of money. But for $2,000 a night, non-celebrities can stay inside one of the 100-plus luxury campers that formerly transported people like Beyonce, like Taylor Swift, like Dolly Parton, Lady Gaga, even Oprah has used this dude's crazy, awesome tour buses. And you, Steph, for a mere $2,000 a night, can use this RV leasing company.
What a bargain. Now, I would be really interested if you tell me that the Jonas Brothers was on one of them. I want that bus.
I mean, maybe. You just walk in. Nick's been here. You start sniffing the seats.
Nick was here. Nick slept here. That would be amazing. It's a really cool idea, especially for him, like, struggling financially right now. But it's something I could never actually afford.
Well,
obviously.
think about it. These tour buses are quite large. They do have multiple beds. Therefore, maybe you and some friends could get together and rent out a bus.
Right, and like split the cost.
Yeah. Maybe it's possible. So you're saying Jonas Brothers would set you over the edge. You'd find a way if you could stay in the Jonas Brothers bus.
Oh yeah, I would split it with whoever I needed to split it with.
Has it been cleaned? That's my question. Please say no. Please say no. In the era of the COVID, this is the only time where Steph hopes that they don't clean something after the previous person used it.
Exactly. Do not sanitize it. Do not clean it at all, please.
So this is terrifying. A 20-year-old Southfield, Michigan woman was discovered to be still breathing at a funeral home.
What?
Paramedics had declared the woman dead on Sunday morning after she was found in cardiac arrest inside her home. The paramedics performed CPR and other life-reviving methods for about 30 minutes. Given medical readings and the condition of the patient, it was determined at the time that she had no signs of life. The county medical examiner's office was contacted and given the medical data, who signed off on the woman and released her directly to the family to make arrangements. The woman was taken to this funeral home in Detroit, where an employee then reportedly found her still breathing.
How terrifying. Could you imagine being the funeral home employee that found her? So then what did they do?
Well, they called EMS. Hopefully it wasn't the same guys that declared her dead. And the woman was taken to the hospital. No word on how she's doing. Personal information on the patient's being withheld for privacy for the family, so we don't know who she is, only that she's a woman from this particular place in Michigan. This terrifies me to no end, to know that I could still be alive. They can call me dead. I mean, what if they started embalming her?
Right. Then she would definitely be gone.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
It is. So, I don't even know what kind of life lesson this is. Just try to die in a hospital. Maybe they'll do better than paramedics on the scene. I don't know.
Right.
I got nothing.
Hopefully. Oh my gosh.
What?
No. I just need to know what's going on with this woman. Did she make a recovery? I need details.
Yeah, we have no details, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll get something, but on these stories, very rarely do we ever. All right. Hopefully we're a little bit more clear and concise and can give you some good advice coming up in the advice column. It's next.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph podcast.
Steph and I continue our journey of solving the world's problems. It is time for the advice column. This one is sent to us from Katie. Steph, I'm curious to know what you would do in her situation. Here we go. Hey, Puff and Steph, I need to know if I'm being unreasonable here. I want to tell my brother not to date this girl that I went to high school with because she used to bully me.
Oh.
Let me explain. In high school, this girl, let's call her Jenna, was incredibly mean to me. She would spread rumors about me. She called me dirty and told people that I would hook up with guys for drugs. Okay.
What?
None of it is true, and I wasn't the only one she would talk about. She was very popular, so people would believe her when she told them something. Needless to say, I was not a fan of her, and I was happy to graduate and have her out of my life.
Right.
The other day, my brother comes home to visit. He lives in Pittsburgh, and he tells us that he met someone. He says it's a crazy story because she is actually from here, and then he says her name. My stomach immediately starts turning. What are the chances that my brother moves to Pittsburgh and falls for the girl that made my life hell in high school? I'm in my late 20s. High school was 10 years ago, but it doesn't change the fact that she made my life hell there. My brother's a bit older, and he's a little bit older than me, and we were never really close, so I never told her how Jenna treated me back then. But I want to tell him now! Exclamation point, now! I know that it was 10 years ago. Maybe she's a different person now. But I know that if this gets more serious, he will eventually bring her home, and I will have to act like she didn't say those terrible things about me when we were in high school.
Right.
I want to tell him all the awful things she did. I want to tell him not to date her. He is a great guy with a fantastic job. She doesn't deserve him. If he knew all the horrible things she did, I'm sure he would break it off. He did seem happy when talking about her, but he doesn't know everything. Should I tell him about her? Does it make me look bad? He would want to know these things, right? I'm afraid that if I'll tell him, he'll still date her. All right. Please help, Katie.
Wow. Katie?
Katie.
Oh my gosh. This is tough because everybody knows that high school girls can be mean, you know? And most people in high school have experienced that. So, like, I get where she's coming from. That's I'm trying to picture an equivalent in my life and how I would feel if one of my brothers tried to date them. But I feel like he would want to know.
Right. So if Joseph came home and said, hey, I'm dating some girl that you didn't like in high school, how would that make you feel? Not even just bullied you. Maybe you just didn't like her. Maybe you didn't like the person she was. How would you feel about that? Because you're not 10 years removed from high school, but you're a few years removed.
Yeah, it would be really hard, and I would like Katie said, I would like to think, hopefully she's changed, but no matter what, you're going to be feeling some type of way, and I would want to tell him how she was in high school, if nothing else, just so he knows and he can do what he wants with that information, Right.
So you would. So if you were Katie, you would go and talk to her brother about Jenna.
Yeah. I mean, I am close with my brothers and very, I don't want to say picky, but I view them very highly. So I think that they deserve the best and no one's good enough for them. So I would absolutely be listen, just so you know, this girl did this, this, and this.
That's kind of surprising to me because you're not a confrontational person. And this could potentially lead to a confrontation between you and your brother. This could be well, she's changed. She's a good person now. And I mean, what if you tell him that and then he's like, well, I'm sure she's not the same as she was in high school. It's funny because she never even mentions you. Well, no, duh. She treated me like crap.
Right. And I'm not a confrontational person. If it was an old guy, an old friend from high school, a guy that I was friends with, and I found out he was dating this girl that was awful, I would just be good for you. But when it's my brother,
right.
That's a different level. That's someone that could become part of your family. She could become your sister-in-law. So I think gently, I would have to tell them, hey, just so you know, she did not have a good reputation. She was this, she was mean, whatever. Just so you know, maybe she's changed, and try to put it gently.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna tell him, just tell him everything. Not that she wasn't a good person. She made me feel awful. She spread rumors about me. Now, here's what could happen. She could tell him, and then he turns around and talks to her about it, confronts her about it. They decide to keep dating, and then all of a sudden he brings her home. And there she is in Katie's house, sitting across the dining room table from Katie. All right. So,
awkward.
So, I think we both agree that Katie should talk to him. Now, here's the question. Should Katie, because it seems like they're early in the relationship, she never mentioned the L word. She obviously didn't come home with him when he came to visit the family, so we're going to assume they're pretty early in their relationship. Should Katie say, I would really like it if you didn't date her?
Personally, I think you should just give him the information and let him do what he wants with it. But I think he deserves to know that. I'm trying to put myself in those shoes. If my brothers didn't like this guy from high school and I started dating him, I would want them to say, hey, just so you know, this is what this guy used to be like, type thing. You deserve to know. You deserve to have all the info.
All right, Katie, definitely talk to your brother. Your decision on how far you want to go with it and how much you want to tell him. Or you could just send him to this podcast and have him listen to it. It's a good idea.
There you go.
It's a good idea.
We'll break the news for you.
Coming up in just a couple of minutes, it's a hero dog story. Yay!
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part, it's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph podcast.
A Glendale, California dog is a hero after leading a trash collector to where his owner, an 88-year-old woman, was. She had fallen on the side of her house. A home security camera recorded the action when Sandy, an 11-year-old dog adopted as a stray by her owner, Gwendolyn Johnson, approached a trash collector outside of Johnson's home. White said the dog appeared to be trying to draw his attention. His name's Kirk White. He's a trash collector. The dog appeared to be trying to draw his attention to the side of the house, barking and looking to the left like I have something to show you. He said he followed the dog and found the 88-year-old woman on the ground next to the house where she had fallen. She actually fell off the porch an hour earlier. So luckily, she'd only been there an hour. Johnson said he had spotted the trash collector's arrival, or said that she had spotted the trash collector's arrival, but was unable to call out for help. So she sent Sandy to get his attention. White helped Johnson get up and made sure she wasn't injured before he continued his route.
Oh, see? Another reason that everybody needs to have a dog. And Sandy was a rescue.
Yep.
So that's even more reason to adopt.
So, good job, Sandy. Good job, Kirk White. All our heroes. Although, one thing I would say that if this ever happens to any of you out there, probably call the ambulance. Probably make sure
just to be safe.
The 88-year-old that fell off her porch, please just, it's probably best if she goes to the hospital.
Just to be sure, yeah.
That's my only gripe with this. And you know how I like to find negative parts of stories, seemingly good stories. I agree. 95% of this is great. The 5% is, don't just be like, you good? You good? All right, I'm out. Like,
bye. Have a nice day.
Deuces. You got a cool dog there. Like, no. Maybe call the ambulance. Maybe get her checked.
Definitely.
KFC is temporarily dropping their finger-licking good slogan. They've had it for 64 years.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Do you want to take a guess why they're dropping the finger-licking good?
Is there something offensive about it? Oh, no, it's because of Corona.
It is because of Corona. The move is in response to the coronavirus pandemic. They don't want to be seen as encouraging people to lick their fingers.
Oh my gosh. Okay, if I go through the KFC drive-thru and bring chicken home and I wash my hands and eat in my house, I'm going to lick my fingers and I don't care what anybody says about it.
The new ad campaign shows various images of KFC with the finger-licking part of its slogan pixelated out. So it just reads, "It's good." The commercial ends with that thing we always say, ignore it for now. Okay, you know what? That's clever. I'll give it to him. Good job.
It's getting attention again, which is probably, like we said earlier in the show, is what they were looking for.
Yeah, now they have to sign Carol Baskin. They
Wrong.
have to sign Carol Baskin as a spokesperson. Hey, all
Yeah,
you
they should
cool
definitely do
cats
that.
and kittens. It's finger licking good. Oh, we can't say that. Oh, well, I killed my husband. All right. Time to stump Steph. 37% of women surveyed said they miss this the most when on vacation. What is it?
They're pets. Yes.
I admit, I have been giving you hard ones lately. So when I saw
it's been
this,
tough.
I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time I give Steph a layup.
Thank you. Yeah, because that's definitely what I miss when I go on vacation. So easy one for me.
All right, let's stay on the pet side of things. Roughly 1.5 million Americans have one of these animals as a pet. What is it?
Million and a half.
Million and a half.
So it's not very common. Turtle.
Nope.
We talked about that on yesterday's show, I think.
Yeah.
Is it a reptile?
No.
Is it in the rodent family? Like chinchilla, hamster?
No.
Is it a farm animal?
I mean, I guess you could see these on farms, but I don't know if it's a traditional farm animal. Like it wouldn't
So
be.
it's not
it wouldn't be on that speak and spell thing. Like it wouldn't be like the cow says moo, the duck says quack. Like it wouldn't be on one of those. I don't even know what noise.
Okay.
I don't even know what noise these things make.
Oh. Is it furry?
Yeah.
Is it a skunk?
No. My friend has a skunk though. Posts about it on Facebook all the time.
That's what I know that some people do have them as pets. What about like a raccoon?
Nope.
Do these things do you see them in your yard around here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Squirrels,
Nope.
rabbits. I guess those are rodents.
Rabbit.
Oh wait, rabbits.
Rabbit.
I used to always want to have a bunny, but I never did. I just had guinea pigs and dogs, obviously.
What noise is do you know what noise a rabbit makes? Does it squeak or something? I don't know.
Actually, I don't really know. They just hop. I think their noise is hop.
It's not a noise, it's a motion.
But it's kind of what they're associated with, yeah? Like hop,
Yeah?
hop,
I don't know. I don't know, Steph. I'm done with this show. Okay. All right, boys and girls, thank you for being with us, all you cool cats and kittens. Today's show brought to you by Fry's Singer Hyundai. Tomorrow, it is Friday, we think, right? Yeah, we'll be back then.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.